What a great question. What are the benefits to a financial advisor or representative when it comes to having a coach? I believe in working with coaches. I have always believed in it, and since I no longer am a full-time advisor and I now have my own business, I have invested quite heavily in coaching myself. I believe that it's very important. And if you look at the successful advisors in this industry, I can almost guarantee you that they have a coach or have coached with a coach at some point, because they realize that in order for them to go and grow, they have to invest in their professional development, and they also understand that they cannot do it all by themselves. Now, there's lots of coaches out there. There's all kinds of coaches out there. My particular case, I'm a business coach. There's life coaches, there's all sorts of coaches out there. I had somebody come up to me at a symposium last year and say, "Did I hear through the grapevine that you're coaching?" And I said, "Yes, why? Are you interested?" And I knew they weren't, it was a big joke. And his comment to me was, no, I'm fine. But he says, "What makes you different?" He says, "There's so many out there, what makes you different?" I said, "That's a great question." I said, "I teach advisors how to be business owners and to know their numbers." In this industry, advisors need to get their head wrapped around it, that they're in business as well as working with a conglomerate or an organization or whatever. If you want to really build a solid practice, if you want to be able to grow and grow, you have to have somebody helping you along the way. And it really helps, in my humble opinion, when you work with somebody who knows the industry but also is a successful business person at the same time. Because if you want to go, when you first start out in this industry, you are the janitor to the president of the company. You wear all the hats, and that's fine. But if you want to get to the point where you're able to really expand and grow your practice and whatever, you've got to have a game plan. You just don't wing it. You don't get up one morning and say, "Okay, today's the day I'm going to hire an associate advisor or get a staff member." This is one of the biggest things I find with my clients, is the transition from being an advisor to being the boss. A lot of them haven't had leadership development skills, and they're like, "How do I performance manage somebody? What do I do? How do I bonus? How do I hold them accountable?" The one thing I've heard so many times in this industry, and I believe it, is inspect what you expect. But a lot of advisors or reps don't know what to expect from somebody else. So I personally, since I opened my company, I'm now on my third coach. You can outgrow a coach, or you can realize the need to up level to another coach. So my first coach helped me to write my book. My second coach helped me to get some other things in place, but quite frankly ended up being too airy-fairy for me and didn't have enough structure, so it was time to move on. I up-leveled to a coach that helped me to put process and systems in place. And I pay that coach a lot of money a year, but I get it back, because I have been able, my first 6 months working with that coach, my revenue increased 40%, which more than paid for what I was paying the coach. So if you want to go and grow, you have to invest some money. And I use the word invest because you have to get the what is this going to cost me, out of your head. We all, whether you're a financial representative, whether you're a business owner, have to realize that it's investing in order to get a return on your investment. If you come from the adage of, "What's this going to cost me?" you'll never be able to go and grow into the higher end. So I firmly believe that if you want to be really super successful in this business and you want to excel and you want to get to the point where you can take Fridays off if you want, or you want to go away for 2 months, or you want to do something else, your business can self-sustain itself. My advisor has a great team. Now, he's been at it for a while, but he's got an office manager. He has a manager in charge of all his life insurance. He has a manager in charge of all his investments. He has a receptionist, and he's now brought his son into the business for succession planning. He's just come back from a 3-week trip over in South Africa with his office manager, who happens to be his wife. But you can't do that if The ship doesn't sail itself at home when you're gone. The other thing too to also think of is coaching also helps you to put two things in place. A contingency plan, if you're pulled out of the business for some reason, you could become critically ill, you could become disabled. Will your business continue without you? And the other thing is you need to be building an exit plan. We are coming to the point where there are so many people that are going to need to exit this business. You're not going to be able to do it if you try to do it by yourself. So for all of these reasons and more, I highly recommend that if a financial representative is looking to go and grow, that they look at investing in working with a coach to take their business to the next level.